An old relic says, "Hey Canners, you there? How you doing, big fella? I have an ugly confession to share. I'm one of those idiots who mocked your colour. Verbally beaten black and blue, addiction and thrice the big C. Get off, red-faced skinheads would spew, bulging veins singing 1, 2, 3. Up stepped a wee Scottish knight, candid braveheart Pat Nevin, highlighting football's dark blight. People took note," Paul says with a grin. Paul Canoville played left wing for Chelsea in the 1980s. The flying left winger is very notable for being Chelsea's first ever black football player. Paul made his debut for Chelsea during a very dark period in English football. Just like many other clubs, Chelsea was supported by a significant number of supporters who originated and supported the National Front and other far-right parties. He made his debut against Crystal Palace in 1982. It was a torrid affair, a horrendous memory, and is a dark blight on football itself. I'm here to talk to Paul Canoville about his experiences as a footballer, his fight against the obstacles he faced on a daily basis, and how he's now inspiring many youngsters and people to take control of their lives. Thank you, Paul, for coming to meet us today.
Thank you.
Great having a kick around with you.
Oh my God, I ain't done that for a long time, so you got the best out of me.
What are you doing with your time now, Paul?
My time is being busy, vacantly. It's been visiting all over the country as well as abroad with my workshops, MTC, Motivate to Change Foundation, and it's come off, to be honest. Being introduced back to Chelsea since 2004, and after, well, really writing and help with writing my biography. So, yeah.
Keeping busy. What exactly does MTC do?
MTC, it goes around motivating and inspiring the youngsters, and really it's about making them realise how important they can follow their dreams if they believe in themselves. As well as that, taking on the education seriously, and obviously what I set back in my life when I was playing at football, the racism, the bullying at school, a lot of things in life. But mainstream is about the racism and is about the importance of education, and to take and follow that, to be honest.
Paul, you made your debut at Crystal Palace in 1982. It's been well documented, and the more I read about it and the more I hear about it, it's just a nightmare experience. Can we have a few words from you?
I can remember it, I can never forget it. It's been questioned or asked every time now, how did you tolerate it? And that was coming from family members as well. It was just, for me, a dream, it's supposed to be a dream, because when I was pronounced as a substitute from our late John Neal, manager, I was so glad, I was so excited. I phoned right away, my mates, you've got to be there, you've got to be supporting me. Yeah, they'll be there, come on, Canners. I said, nice. And there I was, and it was coming out the first time you're seeing these amount, about 20,000 people coming to watch a football game. And it was at Selhurst Park, and it was nice. In the changing room, it was all great, the lads supporting each other when you get on, well done son, getting there. And then you come out, and you're sitting down in the dugout, and the game starts, and I'm still looking around the crowd and thinking, yeah, I just want to get on this pitch. And you know, it started off, it was 0-0, tight even more or less first half. But you know, when you're, as a player, you reckon you're looking at the centre, well, at that time would have been the right back for me, because being a left winger, thinking, oh no man, I've got too much speed for that guy. If I get on there, I'm going to make a difference. And that's all you want to be doing, is getting on there. So the second half started, and it's still continuing with 0-0, and I'm thinking, he's got to call me, he's got to call me. And it was coming up to maybe the last 10 minutes of the game, and I'm thinking, they don't expect me to do anything 10 minutes. But you know what? John Neal called me, told me to start warming up. And that's when it hit. I started to warm up, and I started hearing these racist chants, and I'm thinking, no, that ain't Dorothy, that's Crystal Palace fans. Wow, that's a bit few.
Really?
But yeah, I didn't think nothing of it. I'm thinking, wow, what's going on there? But then it got louder, and it was so close to me. I'm thinking, what? And nobody's saying nothing, nobody doing nothing. And it was a case of, you know what I mean? I was getting upset, I've got to be honest. And that's when I turned around, and I was so shocked and bemused. It was coming from my own fans, and I seriously, I could not believe it. That amount of vicious language that was coming out from my own Chelsea supporters. And I'm not going to say it was all the Chelsea supporters, just a majority. Yeah, it was a shock. it did shock me. Trust me, I didn't want to go on when I did, and it was for one of their favourite players, Clive Walker, I substituted, and it was like, wow, I was frozen. I was on the line, the ball came to me, I just gave it back. I just couldn't wait for the referee to blow his whistle, and which he did. And I went straight back into the tunnel, into the change room, and sat in the corner. If I'm thinking about it now, I must have sat in that corner with my hands in my head and thinking, wow, what am I going to do here? What am I continuing? What? So there was a lot of things that was going through my mind at that time.
We cannot begin to imagine. Do you think racism has been eradicated from the game?
Let's be honest, it's not been eradicated, but it has now been dealt, when I say dealt with, that there's some organisations now with, coming from the FA, coming from the likes of Kick It Out and Red Card. Obviously we didn't have that at the time, those organisations. I can only hope, well, from what I've been through and what people have seen, that this doesn't happen again. But I'm saying that now it's happening not just here in England, all over the world. And something needs to be done about it, a bit more, to be honest. I think the punishment is a bit too, it's been simple, it's been like a slap in the hand. When you hear racism, not just from the fans, of the individual players, the FA, UEFA, you know, I mean, FIFA, they have to now step up their game. It's beyond a joke now. You're going to see a lot of individual black players, not even just black players, foreign players come in. What is that? Do we have to be taking that kind of abuse? This is not, it's not the fact that, you know what I mean, we want to take, you're hearing it on the sideline, it's not even nice if you're in the crowd and hearing that, don't get me wrong. So just imagine on the pitch playing a football and having to hear that abuse. No, tolerate is not one.
You've beaten non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, an aggressive form of cancer. You've tragically lost a child at a very young age due to heart trouble. What advice do you have for people who are going through a similar situation like you and have got a lot of tragedy? Somebody who could be watching this interview now and going through a really tough moment in their lives.
Because for me, right, I had a lot of family that came and supported me when I did find out, and I've had this 3 times now, the cancer, and the first time I nearly died. I didn't take it serious. I just didn't believe that I could have cancer. Like a fit lad that just come out from retirement. Where did this come from? But don't get me wrong, it's like when I was a little kid before, it used to be, and I say this, it used to be the older generation that used to be dying from cancer. It's now taking the younger generation. It's got to be, if I'm going to be honest with you, it was because I was in a poor, well, not poor, a downward spiral. I wasn't in a good position. I was in denial when I say that I missed football. I did miss football when I had to retire. It was my only life for me at the time. And I didn't look after myself. I got involved in drugs, and that was the worst time of my life. I didn't enjoy it. It was something that I was trying to get away from, the depression, what was happening with me. And with that, I think that's the reason why the cancer came up. But the support from family, it is hereditary. It's just unbelievable. They do need it as much as we don't say we do. Because at much times I was hard to get on. I couldn't stand with people kept asking me, "You all right? You all right?" I said, "I'm all right. I'm all right." But I know what they meant. And family members, whoever is ill, they do need it. So please be patient with them. Don't get me wrong, and help them anyway, because it did knock me back for a good 6, most definitely.
Your memoirs are a collection of things that have happened in your life, inspirational things, the dark moments, etc. Tell us a little bit about the book, how you went about writing it, who you teamed up with, your thoughts. Did it resurface bad memories?
I bought the book today because he told me to. But no, this is the book. It's black and blue, and you know what? I'm amazed how much it's gone so far, and people keep talking about it. And as you said, it won Best Sports Book of the Year 2008, and that was a shock for me. And because of this, it's probably this book that doors have opened for me. As well as kids, people are listening to me exactly what I'm talking about and taking it on seriously. I'm being fortunate, and the reason why I say that, because I'm blessed. I've been through quite a few stages that people can relate with. Whether it was cancer, whether it was education, whether it was drugs, whether mental depression, I've been through it and I can talk about it, and that's what probably helps of where I've come from, come out of it, that can encourage them and support them. It probably gives them that little bit more battle to, you know what I mean, go ahead.
On the football front, who's your greatest ever Chelsea player?
Greatest ever. Well, I've only got to go with the players that I played with, and that was at Chelsea, and that would be Pat Nevin. Unbelievable. He's Scottish, a wizard, a winger, just so much skill, and such a bright lad. He still works at Chelsea and does presentations, work that he does. But he's just a great mate, great friend, a loyal friend, as I say it, and yeah, we're still in touch. So he's good.
Are you still in touch with the old boys?
We are. We still do. I'm doing.
Got a few stories to share, I hear, Canners.
We got. I'll tell you what. This was a funny one the other day I heard, and it was from John Bumstead. I'm using this one, but he said when we signed Doug Rugby from Scotland. Now Doug Rugby come down. Obviously, he's come down to London. He doesn't know the whereabouts, and so I think he was on King's Road, and he wanted to go King's Road. He didn't know where to go. So you know the usual person. If you're lost, you'll go and buy an ATZ, wouldn't you? Not with Doug Rugby. He went and bought a compass. A compass? How'd you go about a compass?
A compass?
Seriously, so that's what I heard. That was so funny. But yeah, I'm being with the lads, it's good. We still play a couple of Legends games, you know what I mean? That's in us. Some of us are reaching 50. I'm not me, I'm 22 still. But it's all good. Like we do the kick around there, it's like you forget hold and stretch out ball before you start kick a ball because you start feeling it. But I love football and I love Chelsea, so watching the club still, yeah, it helps.
There you have it. Paul Canoville is a survivor with a capital S. He's taken on the demons, grappled with them, defeated and banished them. He has experienced the harsher aspects of life. Paul has beaten cancer, faced the trauma of losing a child and tackled addiction. He's come back stronger. With support, Paul could have achieved a lot more. Thank you for watching OnTVstation.